Hello adventurers and welcome back to my channel. Today we're in the Wichita Mountains at the Doris Campground where I'm going to do a little campground review. I have a lot to say, a little time, so let's get to it. Okay guys, let's talk a little bit about the Doris Campground. If you're interested in coming to the Wichita Mountains, it's the only campground in the park, and it has a lot of really cool features, some of which are not available currently. For example, the restrooms are just not open right now, guys. You have to be a self-contained vehicle to currently stay at the Wichita Mountains. Sorry, no tents. It's just kind of how it goes. Someone who is like myself, who is doing van life, we are cool, as are the RVs. However, right now that is the one downside to being a tent camper, and part of the reason why I personally upgraded to a van. Aside from that though guys, let's talk about the amenities. They're pretty basic around here. Every campsite has a picnic table, a fire ring, and a grill. And if you're lucky enough to have some pre-cut firewood, it is pretty nice because they don't want you to cut down the existing trees. But once a tree falls, usually they cut it up and kind of leave it in areas that you can access. There's also no firewood station, so don't depend on this. Bring your own just in case. Now, since we were talking about RVs, how much space is there for an RV? Plenty. As you can see, I could fit 3, maybe 4 of my little NVs in here. So the sites are nice and long, and they have both primitive and electric hookup sites. So if you can be off grid, you can save a couple bucks. If you need stuff, it's just right over there in another loop that I'll show you in a moment. Now, sites are marked like this, and all sites currently require a reservation online. Once you arrive at your site, you can drive straight to it because typically there's no one in the booth to check. But there is a ranger who goes around to make sure that you're not taking a site without paying for it. So don't try to buck the system, guys. As you can see as we're walking around, all of the sites have pretty good tree coverage. In the wintertime, this means you're going to have a lot of brownish colored leaves, but during the spring months, that means lots of green foliage everywhere. We talked about the picnic tables, but did I mention that they are these nice, sturdy, even tables? None of that wimpy stuff that sags and bags here. Around camp, the ground looks about like this. And this could be uncomfortable if you are visiting once they allow tents, so bring a tent pad. But that's enough about the specs. Let's actually take a little ride around and show you what the rest of the campground looks like. Now typically guys, this area over here is all reserved for parking for semi-primitive sites or tent sites that you have to hike into. However, right now they have that closed off and barricaded because that is not available. I'm not sure if you guys can hear this, but do you hear it? Yeah, they're doing some flyover drills from Fort Sill right now. So we can hear some of the planes. It makes for an interesting camping experience. A couple of other facts to know about the Doris Campground before we wrap this video up. First of all, there's about 90 plus campsites altogether. Of course, there's no tent camping currently, and group camping is also closed for the same reason. However, you can camp at any one of those spots in an RV if you can be self-sufficient. They do have 23 electric sites, so make sure that you get on recreation.gov and book your site in advance of your stay. So what is there to do while you're staying at the Doris Campground? So many things. There are hiking trails galore out here. I took one this morning and absolutely loved it. Not to mention you can go off on some scenic overlooks where you can see all of the Wichita Mountains all the way down into Lawton. It's pretty cool. There's also fishing and tons of wildlife to check out. I definitely recommend Prairie Dog Town. Oh, they're so stinking cute. Not to mention, you're definitely going to want to check out the Holy City, which I did a video of previously, and I'm going to drop it in one of these corners for you right about now. The cool thing about staying at the Doris Campground is you can have access to all of this history and so much more while staying out here, and at a very, very reasonable price point. So guys, what's stopping you from visiting the Doris Campground in the Wichita Mountains? I want to hear your stories. Come out, check it out, tell me how you enjoyed it, what your favorite part of the Wichita Mountains was, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!